Let me tell you about this ultra MAGA agenda. It's extreme, as most MAGA things are. What are the next things that are going to be attacked? Because this MAGA crowd is really the most extreme political organization that's existed in American history.
And what lies ahead if Trumpists keep winning? It's just getting worse. Candidates like J.D. Vance say they want this centralized state in Washington, D.C. to seize all the assets of the Ford Foundation because they are insufficiently loyal to Donald Trump. They want this centralized state to seize all the assets of the Ford Foundation because they are insufficiently loyal to Donald Trump.
Bullshit.
Why are we allowing the companies, the foundations that are destroying this country to receive tax preferences? Why don't we seize the assets of the Ford Foundation, tax their assets, and give it to the people who have had their lives destroyed by their radical open borders agenda?
Seize all the assets of the Ford Foundation because they are insufficiently loyal to Donald Trump.
And give it to the people who have had their lives destroyed by their radical open borders agenda. Give it to the people whose lives have been destroyed by the heroin epidemic. Give it to the angel moms who have lost a kid thanks to the Ford Foundation's ideas.
Insufficiently loyal to Donald Trump.
The left is completely controlling our society through these institutions. If we don't fight back against them, they're going to make this country not a good place to live.
Amen. Thank you.
Trump said, yeah, I know a lot of Democrats were glad when Trump got banned from Twitter. But actually, the best thing for the Democrats would be if he got back on Twitter, if he kept running his mouth, if he kept sending out stupid tweets.
At gas stations across the country, prices are shooting up higher and faster than they have in more than a decade.
Gas is now at its highest price in U.S. history.
If he kept running his mouth, if he kept sending out stupid tweets, because it would remind those voters who voted for Republicans up and down the ballot, but voted for Joe Biden in 2020, exactly why they did that.
So the Biden administration's open border policies have led to a record number of illegal immigrants crossing the border into the United States.
A new surge of migrants arriving at the U.S.-Mexico border. Government data showing there were more than 220,000 encounters with migrants along the border last month, the highest number in 22 years.
Those MAGA freaks proven wrong time and time again.
Beto O'Rourke, the former congressman, was in the audience at the start of the event, but as Governor Abbott began to wrap up his opening remarks, O'Rourke walked to the foot of the stage and began to address the governor.
I can't believe you're a sick son of a that would come to a deal like this to make a political issue.
Mika, you know, guys on stage calling him a sick son of a bitch for actually bringing up guns.
The one thing that was not brought up in the press conference.
Because, again, it's just, look over there. Look over, it's always something else. It's mental health. It's mental health. I haven't seen Governor Abbott funding mental health in Texas, so everybody goes, oh, wow, he's really, no.
Well, the Texas Health and Human Services Commission says crews recently finished demolishing vacant buildings to make way for the new 240-bed psychiatric hospital. The new hospital is scheduled to open in June of 2023. The price tag, about $305 million.
Those MAGA freaks proven wrong time and time again. It's just an excuse today to make people forget about the slaughter. Another slaughter, yet another slaughter in Abbott State. And Mika, you talk about a sick son of a bitch. The guy called Beto a sick son of a bitch.
I can't believe you're a sick son of a bitch that would come to a deal like this to make a political issue.
The sick son of a bitches were the ones up on that stage that keep the freaks on that stage that keep passing gun legislation that allows 18-year-olds to go get weapons of war.
And then Joe Scarborough uses the occasion to exploit the demagogue and to lie through his teeth. Charlie Cook writes, Texas has had the same laws governing the purchase of rifles for decades. Because what Scarborough said is there are several here who fit the definition of sick son of a bee, but none go by the name of Beto. Look instead at the freaks who keep gutting gun laws so 18-year-olds can buy weapons designed for war, to go into schools and slaughter babies. That is sick, Scarborough posted. Cook says this isn't true. Texas has had the same laws governing the purchase of rifles for decades, and none of the people in that picture have gutted any of them. The 1968 Gun Control Act set the rifle buying age at 18, and since then Texas has followed suit. As a matter of fact, the only changes made in this area since this point have been issued by the federal government, and those served to tighten rather than loosen the rules. 1993, Congress passed the NICS background check system, which the shooter in Uvalde passed. I understand that Joe Scarborough would like that what happened to be Greg Abbott's fault, but it really isn't. Indeed, not a single law that Abbott has signed since he became governor even intersects with what happened yesterday. From start to finish, Texas laws would have treated this purchase in exactly the same way in 2012, 2002, 1992, 1982, and so on. Joe Scarborough is a serial liar and demagogue who will exploit any horrific event to draw attention to himself.
These people are, if I can quote Aristotle here, crazy as a shithouse rat.
Oh, my God.